is holistic personal training, and corrective exercise is part of that holistic personal training.
Okay. Do a test.
So I can go into depths of that
Okay.
as well.
It's Komal and Jasmine from Green. Which is pretty good because normally yeah, so that would just say hi.
Hi, Carrie. Good. How are you? Excellent. Sorry. Yes, I know. It's open Monday, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah. 4 weeks. And how have you been? Oh, hi, Mira. Yeah. Yeah. Are you able to go into the gym yet? Are you able to go into the gym? Can you go into the gym? Yeah.
I'm just going to keep this on here, just making sure we're all
Hi everyone, welcome to our lunch and learn sessions. We'll be just starting talking, waiting for a few more people. Was that audible?
So we might have to get you to put yourself on mute, Carrie.
Sure.
Do you know how to do that? Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, we've got people signing in. It's a few minutes.
All right. Very good.
Pete is on. Peter Kelly.
Hi, Pete.
Yep.
Okay, I'm on here.
Pete. Hi, Yeman, Komal. Hi, everybody.
I think Yeman is Jasmine from Greenwood.
We'd love for you to turn on your cameras. We'd love to see your lovely faces. Mark.
Hi.
Hi, Mark.
G'day, Mark.
Hey, Nate. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
That's the way. Thanks for tuning in.
No worries. I got this off Helen.
Ah, very good.
Good.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
You look well.
Oh, well, thank you. So do you. Are you still part
Actually,
of...
You haven't seen the in my tummy photo.
Oh.
Well, actually, that's why Nate is here, to teach us how to become more fitter, right?
That's right. That's right.
It's
Hi there. Hi, Peter.
Pete.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
G'day, Pete.
My wife will join us in a minute.
Oh, awesome.
Sure.
Hi, Pete. Long time.
Hey, Mahesh, long time no see.
I'm the technical guy here on the side. Okay, so we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, I think we're live on
Should we go?
Yes.
Okay. Can I request everyone to mute themselves, please? Marian. Hi, Marian. Can you please mute yourself?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey.
Hi. Great. Okay, so let's begin right now. Welcome everyone to our Lunch and Learn webinars. I'm Hani Pamnani, Chief Wellness Officer of Inspire to Aspire Consulting. I have a lovely speaker here with us, Nate Solia, who's a fitness expert who's going to share amazing stuff with us today. And I also have my partner, Mahesh Pamnani, at the back.
Technical support.
And Chief Happiness Officer of Inspire to Aspire. So we have this regularly every week, different speakers. The aim of this Lunch and Learn sessions is really to share different tools that help us de-stress, stay happy, healthy, boost our immune system, give us more energy. So we have amazing line of speakers lined up for everybody. Also, this event is being filmed in our Inspire to Aspire studio in Timsat Choi, where we have the capacity to hold live events for at least 40 people and online events as well that can be live streamed similar to today's event to Facebook, Zoom, YouTube, and more.
So next week there's no Lunch and Learn because we are out doing Tony Robbins.
Yeah, so next week we're skipping. We're taking a short break, but we'll be back. So this session is going to be an interactive session, Q&A. So I request you to come on Zoom if possible. So if you have any particular questions to ask Nate, so we can interact better. And feel free to turn on your cameras as well. So we'd love to see you. A little bit about ourselves. We're corporate wellness trainers, me and Mahesh, and these are some of the companies that we've worked for. The list keeps growing. So we do laughter yoga, we do mindfulness, breathing, yoga, positive rituals. We do a lot of wellness workshops that are fun and engaging. Also, I'd like to say if you are an event organizer, a trainer, event organizer who's looking for space to hold workshops, to hold classes, we actually have the space here. We have full-length mirrors, we have yoga mats. So, the space is available for rent. At the same time, if you are a wellness, nutrition, or any expert, productivity expert, peak performance expert in Hong Kong or globally, and you're passionate to share valuable tools and techniques to the community, then you want to get visibility, social media exposure, we'd love to partner with you and co-host such events with you. Yeah, so these are some of the workshops that we've been doing for corporates: positive rituals, peak performance, mindfulness, happy teams, laughter yoga. We do a lot of work with NGOs as well. So if any one of you is part of an NGO listening to us, yeah, feel free to contact us as well. So we work with different groups of people. This is a green screen studio we have here.
Let's just play the video.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the video. Yep, so here are contact details if you need to contact us for anything. Okay, so let's start with our wonderful speaker today, Nate. So a little bit about himself. Nate has been a personal trainer for over 20 years. He uses a very holistic approach to health and fitness. He has a reputation of helping people who have been out of the routine of exercise for a length of time and may have a previous injury or ailment. He found personal training as an occupation in 1999, where his passion is to support others in getting fit. In his own journey of health and wellness, he explored holistic health with the Czech Institute, right, and the other education programs to build a resilient and vibrant body and mind. And he's one of the top health and fitness coaches in Hong Kong. He's trained thousands of students over his 20 years, training clients, corporates. He does retreats in Thailand. So an amazing speaker. We're very honored to have Nate today with us. So Nate today will actually lead a 25-minute movement, which is work-in movement, that will leave the participants with more energy, vitality, ease of joint and muscle pain as well. So Nate, tell me a little bit about your journey into fitness and wellness.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for your invitation here. This is the first time I've ever done this live, so this is quite really cool. I don't know if you guys can sort of see both of us here, but the biggest thing for me when I first started in this business, I started in this business when I was a ripe old age of 26. So I was not a little a spring chicken when I first started in this business, and I sort of fell into it. Way back in the day, a good friend of mine was wanting to do a personal training course. I decided to do the personal training course, and I found that I loved it and I really, really enjoyed it. And I realized really early on that the industry was evolving and growing more and more closer to more holistic, more health, more towards the medical professions, as opposed to just being, this, aerobic exercise, jazzercise kind of thing that was coming out of the 80s. So I realized early on that I needed to study more. And I came across, I worked for Les Mills originally. I don't know if you've heard of Les Mills. Les Mills is like one of the biggest fitness providers in the world. They do like Body Pump and Body Combat, and many of the gyms that have them have this. And when I went in there, they were the leaders in New Zealand at the time. So I'm from New Zealand. And there were so many great personal trainers, and a lot of them were studying all sorts of different types of modalities. And one of them really stuck with me was a gentleman called Paul Chek. And Paul Chek was a massage therapist. And he started going into more along the lines of physiotherapy, osteopathy, and personal training. What stuck out with me with him was that it wasn't the traditional way of personal training, which was usually you were doing squats and lunges and push-ups, making you sweat. If you didn't feel the burn, it wasn't working. A lot of people were we're getting turned off doing fitness because they were being pushed too hard.
Right.
And so with the Czech Institute, it's more like a bridge from the medical practitioner over to mainstream exercise.
Okay.
And so why I found that, first of all, inviting was because 95% of the clients that I was training came with some sort of pre-existing ailment, whether that was sore knees or whether that was, a sore lower back or chronic fatigue or gut issues or depression or anxiety. Things like this were already there for them.
Right.
And to be able to get through to get them results, you need to take care of something more than just doing more repetitions, doing more consistency, eating well. And so with the Czech program, the first one was mindset. And mindset was the number one thing to be able to get someone to either make the choice whether they can or they cannot. Because we already know the answer, right? It's true.
Everything starts with the mindset, absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what I found was like if I can get someone's mindset right first, then all the other 5 pillars would flow into there. Now, ironically, when I first started in this, was all about, one or 2 pillars, which was movement and nutrition. Movement was about, just fitness, working hard as I could, doing as many sessions as I could. that was what I was going to get results based on. But I found that, you know, if people were not getting results in a very short space of time, they would lose their confidence and they would fall off. So I had to really be able to get people results quickly. And what I mean by results is, like, you know, most people, they come to you is because they want to lose weight. So if you can get them losing 1 or 2 kilos on the scales within the first month, you've got them.
Exactly. Who
Right.
doesn't want to lose weight?
Right. So I found that, and then from there it's consistency, and it's really keeping that mindset. Now, as I shared with you before, mindset is the number one thing. And I didn't find this out until like I was in my 40s. You know, I work really hard, and I'm just going to go through all the 6 pillars, and I think this is something I'll cover later as well. Is it's breathing, hydration, nutrition, movement, and sleep. And those 5 pillars I work really, really hard on, not only with myself but also with my clients. But I still kept hitting up against a barrier with a lot of people because their mindset wasn't right. And so if I'm going to help them work through their mindset, I need to work on my mindset as well. So when I turned around 42, I started really delving into the mindset piece. And the mindset was mainly around reading books. I did the Landmark Forum in 2016. I went and did Tony Robbins 2 years ago, and what the main thread of all of that was really, it just came down to is how you can get your mind to go from I cannot to I can.
Yeah.
And once you can get that switch to go I can, then all of those other 5 pillars come quite naturally and quite easily. So to have a long story to your short question, that's how I really fell into this industry, because I realized that, you know, if we are taking care of our physiology, then that will also support our mental, and if we really take care of our mental, that will also spill into our physical being as well.
Yeah, everything is related. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And all the elements that you described, the pillars, they are really key. I mean, you don't have one, it affects the other. But tell me something, have you ever encountered where clients say that, okay, you know, I can follow diet, I can follow exercise, but I can't sleep early? You know, do you ever have such issues?
Yeah. And what I always work with first is the low-hanging fruit. Get the low-hanging fruit, because I know that if they start eating well, I know if they start exercising and the right exercise, then they'll start sleeping naturally better. So it all spills over into the cups. You know, the pillars are not really sort of pillars, they're more like cups, right? So you fill up one with abundance, then the others start picking up little bits and pieces as well. You know, if you start exercising, your breathing starts to improve. You know, if you start eating well, you know, you start to sleep better, and you have a better response to exercise, and you have a more positive mindset. So you know, the first things first is get the ones that they're willing to take on first. If you do all 6 pillars at the one time, then it, like most things, is like it gets really overwhelming. So I always say 1 to 2 things every week, or even take it on 1 to 2 things every month, and do them really well. Then we can start looking at the other pieces. And also, one piece around the mindset is like, we've got to get over this you know, this way of thinking of, I want to get it in 12 weeks. And that's it. This thing is forever. You know, this thing has to be till I die. You know, because I've seen so many people in their 60s and 70s that look in amazing condition and are in great physical form and great mental clarity, but they haven't got there because they started working out on their 60th birthday. They've been doing it in their 30s and 40s, you know, they've been building up, if not younger. But the good news is it's never too late. And there's been studies done on where, you know, people have started lifting weights and have gained like 300% in 12 weeks. So it's really possible to be able to start this thing late. So it doesn't really matter where you are or how old you are. All it really matters is whether you're willing to commit to starting.
Yeah, and do it rightly, as you said. Do it well. Right. Great. Okay, so what are your personal beliefs around health and wellness?
Yeah, that's a really good one, because the thing is like it keeps changing. I mean, the thing is like if you asked me in my 20s, it was all about working as hard as I can, getting those 5-6 days of workout, eating, and I ate whatever I wanted. I was eating McDonald's back then. I was eating whatever junk food that I could. I loved pies. But then I got into my 30s, and then I started switching, going, I can't do this anymore. I don't feel like training, because I was putting junk food into my body, and I call it crap food, carbohydrate rich and processed food. So I started realizing that I really needed real food in my body, and that was when I started delving into more of the Czech Institute. And with nutrition, I went and did the health and lifestyle coaching program in 2005. And I found that really where it came down to is making sure that we're eating real food, and we're eating as organic, as pesticide free, as hormone free, as as little additives and preservatives that we can get to it as we can. And then from there we start. So that's your base. And then what we do is we start working out where you are on this continuum of, protein, fats, and carbs to make you feel at your optimum. That's when I started getting into the nutrition part in my 30s. Then in my 40s, that's when I really started bumping up against it, because I realized that it wasn't just, those other 5 pillars, breathing, hydration, food, exercise, and sleep. It was that mindset piece. And my philosophy now is that you really need to be able to put yourself in a peak positive state. And when I did Tony Robbins, one of those things was just changing my physiology changed my psychology as well. So whenever I felt I was low, I would look at my posture, and guess what? I'd be like this. And so what I did is I just literally would lift my chest those 2 millimeters, and my demeanor would change immediately. And I even noticed people around me starting to change. So I think first of all we really need to work on we really need to work on our mindset. The first one we need to start off with. But you cannot work on your mindset if you're not going to work on your body. You need to work on your body. So it has to be those 2 things first, because they run backwards and forwards. Now then that's when it breaks out to the 6 pillars. So my outlook on life, is live life to the fullest, be as expressive as you can, make sure that you're getting, your daily movement in every day, because we're supposed to move. Right? That's the reason why we've got 2 arms and 2 legs. We're not supposed to be sitting down all day. So moving is really, really important. I reckon one of the things, and I'm just going to drink because I hope you all will do the same.
Yeah, water being very important. Hydrate, right?
Totally. And one of the pillars is hydration. And I believe it's along with sleep, one of the most underrated pillars. Because we're made up of water, right? 85% of our body's water. Now, did you know that disc, that L4 and L5 disc, is actually made up? It supports 75% of your upper body. So if it is dehydrated, then you're more prone to hurting your back if it's not hydrated. So you should be drinking half your body weight in ounces a day. And how you work that out, if you guys don't do pounds and ounces, is you times your body weight, if you're in kilos, by 0.03.
Okay, times your body weight by 0.3, 0.3.
0.03.
Okay.
So for example, I'm 80 kilos, and times by 3, 0.03 equals 2.4 liters of water a day.
Okay.
So then that way you're getting the amount of water. Now then, of course, it's the quality of water. Like, what kind of quality of water are you having? So we're supposed to be having mineral water, not mineralized water, definitely not distilled water, because distilled water has no minerals or nutrients in it whatsoever. So here's a little trick. Sea salt, Himalayan sea salt,
right.
Get a pinch, put it in your water. You can put in a liter of water, and that will pump minerals and nutrients into that water so it absorbs into your body. Because the thing is like our cell is packed full of, it's dense. When we put distilled water in, which has got no minerals in it, it starts to leach the minerals and nutrients out of the cell into that distilled water, and then we urinate it out. So it actually can be a detriment to our bodies if you're drinking distilled water. So having mineral water, high dense minerals in your water, is super important, and one of the things that I recommend that you guys do, and of course I do on a regular basis. One of the waters that I have, and I'm not plugging this because I'm getting free water, is called Natural Springs. From Australia, and the water is incredible, and of course New Zealand water is great, and of course my wife would love the Swedish water is great as well. But the whole idea is getting really nutrient dense. Yeah, so artesian water is really, really good. So I guess the same thing again is making sure that you're getting good quality nutrients into your body when it comes to nutrition. And one of those pieces that I've been working on, funny enough, over the last 18 months, not just because of COVID, but is sleep. And we are supposed to be sleeping at night, and we're supposed to be awake during the day. But the issue is like you've come across people who go, oh, I cannot go to sleep before midnight. Well, I guarantee you they were never like that when they were a child. They've conditioned themselves to be a 12 o'clock go to bed person. So like you condition yourself to go to 12 o'clock, you can condition yourself to go to bed earlier. And it just will take some time to be able to get to bed earlier. So for me, sleep is really important. And I do it on 90-minute sleep cycles. So if I have 6 hours before I had to get out of bed, so for example, I went to bed at 10:30 last night, I got up at 4:30 this morning, so I wake up on a sleep cycle. So I wake up more refreshed than if I woke up on 6.5 or 7 hours. So that's the whole idea is making sure that I optimize the start of my day. So yeah, my philosophy really is living life to the fullest and making sure that my body is up to anything that I can do. People ask me to go rock climbing, I can do rock climbing. I want to go play tennis, I can go and play tennis. Let's go for a run, or let's just do like a yoga class. But I'm able to do it, and I want people to be able to experience everything in life, and you've got to make sure that your body is in as best physical shape as you can get it, so that way you can really do the things that you really love to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that insight that you gave us about the spine being hydrated, it's so important even for people with back issues. So health is wealth. You can do anything if you have health.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is like a lot of us are striving. Like right now, I believe that there's a lot of people out there now really looking for the answers of how to re-energize their bodies again, how to get their body into that peak physical state. And there's so much information out there. If I was to recommend a book that you could get, and it's a book that I have in my studio, it's called How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy by Paul Chek. And that's the book that I've lived my life through since I started in the business when I was 26, 27. And now I'm 48 years old. I feel like I'm not a 48-year-old man. I act like I'm 16 still.
Anyway.
But I'm definitely not 48.
Okay, let's move on. So tell us a little bit about when you say movement is medicine. What exactly is that?
Yeah. It's a great question, because the thing is like, most people go movement, I'm going to build muscles, and some people know that it also builds bone. Right, so we actually start to increase our bone density. It also increases the mobility of joints as well. So it's great for osteoporosis. So exercise is great for osteoporosis. It's also great for diabetes. It's also great for chronic fatigue. If you were doing like yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong, which is more down this end of the spectrum of exercise, and to the other end. So this is what I mean by using movement as medicine, because if we know we move, we can actually create a healthier body. What people don't know a lot about movement as medicine is that you imagine that there's nerves running from my brain through my spine and out like a Christmas tree, these nerves come out and they attach to muscles. Now those nerves not only go to the muscles, but they also go to organs. Right? So what actually happens is if I start, and I'm just saying is a simple one, is if I'm doing a movement, we're going to do this movement today, this stimulates my heart,
Yeah.
and it also stimulates the top end of my my upper respiratory muscles as well. So it actually feeds signals to my heart and to my upper respiratory muscles to exercise. And when we get the exercise, it oxygenizes the organs. When we oxygenate, it also eliminates toxins. So when I say movement is medicine, there's certain muscles in our body, all the way from our toes all the way up to the top of our heads, also are connected to organs. And when we stimulate those muscles, it also stimulates our organs.
Yeah, and it's producing a healing effect. As you said, everything is connected.
Correct.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Do you think we should start the demonstration?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like we're talking a while. So look, folks, I'm gonna do a few movement exercises. I'd love you guys to be able to do it with me. If you have a mat, it's great. You don't need a mat. You can do it even on a towel. There's some things that you could even do on your seat if that's what you want to choose. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a bunch of mobility movements. I'm also going to go through a bunch of stretches. And the idea here is to be able to stretch those muscles and also create energy within the body. When we squeeze muscles to 40%, it releases an electric charge. And when it releases an electric charge, it also it excites our body. And when it excites our body and it's done within a low load, that energy stays within. So what I'd like you guys to notice is like what your energy level is right now on the scale of 1 to 10. You know, 10 being I'm feeling amazing. 0, I could lie down now and go to sleep. Okay, so that's where I want you to sort of give yourself ask yourself that mental question where you are right now. Now we're going to start the work, what I call the work in, because it's a working in program, not a work out program. And after that, then I'd like you to do the same thing again. Mentally note how you feel after that. Okay?
Yeah, great.
All right.
Great.
Okay, so let's begin.
Yep. And our viewers, if you have any questions while Nate is doing, please feel free to type it in the chat box. We will be giving you time for the Q&A.
Okay, so, this is great. So I'm going to do it down here just so that way you can see me. Okay? So the first one you guys are going to do is you're going to just have your hand, one hand up in the air, the other hand down here. You're going to look at the arm that's facing down, all right? And then you're going to breathe in as you breathe out. You breathe in, and then you breathe out, okay? And that's all it is. You breathe out, breathe in, back to the middle, breathe out as you go to the side. Breathe in, back to the middle, breathe out, go to the side. That's all you're going to do. You're going to do this for another 5 to 10 times. And what this does is it creates mobility through your shoulders and through your neck. It is also through your zone 5, which I call, and that also stimulates the muscles in your neck and through your shoulders to eliminate pain through your muscles, through your neck and through your shoulders. Okay, so now we're just going to relax, just roll the shoulders around. Next one we're going to do is going to do a neck stretch. So you're just going to grab the top of your head using just one finger, and you're just going to gently pull your ear down towards your shoulder, and you're just going to hold that. Now the big thing around the neck is it doesn't have a lot of muscle spindle fibers in there, so holding it for long periods of time can be quite dangerous. So we're going to release that after 10 seconds, and then we're going to go the other side. Now you might have a check out what side feels tighter for you. Now in this case, we're actually going to do 2 on the tighter side and 1 on the weaker side. Now, as you can see, for me, when I come back to the middle, I have a tilt that goes that way. So I'm just going to actually just take my head that way one more time. Okay, I'm just going to take it, go to the other side. So grab the side, Sorry, I'm reversed on the screen, so I'm not sure which I'm facing. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop the other side over towards the ear there. There we go. Probably better not to look at the TV. All right, and then you're just going to hold that stretch. Great. All right, so the next one I'm going to get you guys to do is you're going to take that arm up over the top, put it beside your ears, and then you're just going to gently pull that arm down the back here. Now, most of us, when we're sitting at desks, we don't do this at all day. So this is an amazing stretch to be able to feel, and you'll feel this through your back and through your triceps. And we're going to hold that. Now, like I said before, your neck has got a lot less spindle fibers, whereas here has got a lot more. So we're going to hold this for around 15 to 20 seconds. And then each time you feel like there's a bit of a relax, you're going to go a little further into that stretch. Okay? All right, and relax. And now go the other side. Pull that arm over, reaching down your back. So the whole idea is you're just trying to place it further down your back here. And then as you get further down, you can just grab that arm and just pull it further down your back. And you hold that. Great. And relax. All right, so the next one you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your back. That's great. I'm glad that you guys can sort of see what I'm doing. So what you're going to do is you're going to rest your hands along the floor, and you can actually do this sitting up too if you like. Now the idea here is I'm flattening my back against the floor, and then as I'm flattening my back against the floor, I'm using my elbows and my hands, and I'm driving them up towards the sky. And I'm looking to get my elbows as close to my ears as possible. Now that's really tight for me because I'm very, very tight through my chest. You might find that you'll get all the way up to where your elbows are touching your ears. If you do, then you can start to flatten your back against the floor a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to bring them back down again and just release. Okay, and then you go back up again and breathe. Breathing's super important. Now, breathing has been known throughout centuries, you know, as prana, as chi. And breathing is like winding up a wind-up toy. So making sure that you're breathing throughout this. So if you find you're holding your breath at any stage, then just be aware and then just start back to breathing again. As I said, you're reaching up towards the sky and you're bringing back down. You feel that really stretch to your chest. If you're struggling to put your elbows on the floor, that's okay. You just go within the range of motion that feels comfortable for you. And you're reaching up towards, and then you bring that back down again. We're going to go for another 3. I'm just going to get you to just focus on your breath. You breathe out as you come up. Inhale as you come back down. Breathe out as you go up. Great. Okay, so the next one you're going to go, it's called a Feldenkrais movement. So what you're going to do is you're just going to sort of rest your head down. You can either put it on your, you can put your hand underneath your head here, and you're just going to just gently tilt your head back as you look over your shoulder, and then you bring it forward again. So you inhale as you go back, exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you go back, and it's just your head, and you exhale as you go forward. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Good, one more, breathe in, and breathe out. Good. Now the next one you're going to do is stay lying on your side. You put your hands across on top of each other, and you're just going to glide your hand across the other one, and then you're going to reach across and touch your opposite shoulder. So you inhale as you go across, and you exhale as you come over towards touch your other shoulder. You inhale, good. Inhale, great. One more. Good. All right. Now swap to the other side. Roll over to the other side. Same thing again. Just resting your head on your palm of your hand, and then you inhale as you pull your head back, and you exhale as you come forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, coming forward. Great, one more. Okay, now take your hand across, hands on top, so reach across, and then inhale as you bring it across, touch the same shoulder, exhale as you bring it across. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe in, and breathe out. Good. Alright, so we're just going to go over to your tummy. Now, here's your caveat. We're going to do what's called a Mackenzie push-up. So your hands are beside your shoulders, okay, and you're just going to gently lift up as high as you feel comfortable. Now, if you do have any lower back issues, only work within the motion that you feel comfortable with, okay? It's the no point that you have your back starting to stiffen up and your butt cheeks are being relaxed. So you exhale as you come up, and then you inhale as you come back down again. Exhale as you come up, inhale as you go back down again. And you can keep going up further each time if you like, pulling your shoulder blades away from your ears. Exhale as you come up to the top. Inhale as you come back down. Now, like I said, the caveat is, if you do have any lower back issues, you only keep within the range of motion that you feel comfortable. It might only be a little like this, up to you. But the idea is that you want to be able to get that little curve in your lower back as you come up. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more. Good. Okay. So the next one you'll do, folks, so this is going to really start to fire your muscles and also starting to waken you up. It's called a horse stance dynamic. So what you'll do is you'll extend one hand up, out to the side, the other leg out the back. You'll exhale as you bring your knee and your elbow, they touch in the middle, and then you'll inhale as you extend up to the top. You exhale as you bring it back down. Okay? Follow me when you're ready. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Now, like I said before, if you do have any lower back issues, you might like to shorten the range. 3 more. And relax to the other side. Ready? And let's go. Really buckle over when you bring it through. Inhale as you come up to the top. Exhale as you bring it down. That's it. 3 more. One more. And relax. Good. Okay, so now if anyone wants a sip of water, you're more than welcome to take it now, like I said. So, always keeping hydrated throughout. So the next one you guys are going to do, you're going to take your hands out to the side. Now I'm just not sure if I'm still on the screen there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to drop your legs open. You're going to exhale as you bring them over to the side and you bring the knees together. You inhale as you open up the groin, and then you exhale as you drop it to the other side. Okay? Inhale up, open it up, exhale as you bring them down and close them off. So inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Feel like the stretch through the groin. Now this one's really beneficial for like your reproductive system, your gonads, all the female parts. It's really, really beneficial to be able to sort of get all that lower part, even through, not necessarily this one, but the next one we're going to do shortly. It's going to start getting through your bladder and through your bowels as well. Okay, we're going to go through another 3 each side. Great, one more. Good. Okay, so the next one you'll do, you stay lying on your back. You're going to exhale as you bring your knees in towards your chest. Tuck your pelvis underneath a little bit. Now, like I said, listen to your lower back, and then you inhale as you bring your feet down to the floor. You exhale as you bring your knees in. And work within the motion that's more comfortable for you. So inhale down, exhale as you bring it up. You can be a little bit more, a little bit further with this. You can take your knees out to the side and bring it in and really curl it underneath. So inhale down, exhale as you bring it up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Great. 3 more. Good. Okay, so the next one you're going to do, it's another Feldenkrais movement. So your hand is out to the side, your other hand is above your head, your knee is bent like this. And all you're going to do is if you imagine one side of your hip, and in my case I've got my left knee bent, my left hip forward, and I'm just gently lifting my left side of my pelvis off the ground, just an inch. And the idea is each time I rock up, I go a little higher each time. Breathe out as you come up, inhale as you go down. Breathe out as you come up, breathe in as you go down. Go up a little higher until you get to that point where you may be all the way on your side, but it doesn't have to be. So when you get to that point, you're going to work your way back down again, so the movement is going to be even less. And like I said, it's like a piece of string. It's being pulled up through that hip, and then slower movements, little movements, slower, little, 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 little. Okay, change the other side. So hand out to the side. Okay, same deal again. You're going to imagine there's a piece of string attached to that hip. And then you start lifting. Exhale as you go up, inhale as you go down. Breathe out. Inhale as you down. Each time you go up, you go a little bit further. Excellent. Little higher until you get to just about halfway. Once you get to that halfway, then you're going to work your way back down again. Work your way back down again until that movement is just slight. Good. All right, so just for effectiveness and efficiency, you roll onto your tummy. You come up to your hands and knees. Okay. So if you do feel a little bit dizzy, then just stay in the spot right now, okay? Otherwise, you can stand all the way up to the top, okay? So, my head's been cut off. I'm sure it's going to come back shortly. But you can all hear me okay. So the next one we're going to do, it's called a breathing squat, okay? Now, what it's going to look like is your hands are down the side, your palms are facing straight ahead. What you're going to do is you're going to exhale as you go down into a squat, and you go as deep as you can, and then you hold, and then you inhale as you come back up to the top. Okay, you're going to pause at the bottom for a second. Now, if you struggle getting down that deep, it's okay. You can go to here if you like, all right, and then you can come back up to the top. And we're going to perform up to 10. Now, if you find that your heart starts to beat faster, your breath starts to become more labored, then you have to stop. Okay, because we want to operate at that 40%, and once that 40% is done, then that energy will stay within the body. Okay, so are we ready? So hands facing straight ahead, feet firmly on the floor. You're going to exhale as you go down. You pause for a second, and then you inhale as you come back up to the top. And exhale as you go down. And inhale all the way up. And like I said, listen to your body. If your heart rate starts to rise, then you stop. Exhale on the way down. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. Inhale on the way up. Now we've got up to 3 left. This is a great exercise if you're falling asleep at your chair, is get up and just do 10 to 15 of these, and you'll notice your energy levels will start to lift. Now, one of the other things that leads to people feeling tired as well, this is your last one, is lack of water. So if your mouth is dry, like mine is right now, have a sip of water. Rinse it around your mouth as well. That's really important. All right. So we're going to go through 2 more exercises. Now, I'm just going to see, can we just put that up just a little? Okay, so what it's going to be, and I'm going to just demonstrate the top half. I'll kneel down first. Is you're going to have your hands in the air, okay? And it's called a wood chop. And you're going to exhale as you go to the side. Inhale back up to the top. Exhale as you come back to the middle. Inhale as you come up to the top. And then you go to the other side. Okay? And that's all it is. And you exhale on the way down. You inhale on the way up. And you do the exercise to your breath. You ready? And exhale as you go down. Exhale as you go down. Through the middle. Inhale as you come up. Go to the other side. Exhale as you go down. Come up. Now remember that all these exercises need to listen to your heart rate. Listen to your breath. If it starts to become labored, then you must stop as well. Now this is zone 3, so this is really good for your pancreas, your gallbladder, your small intestine, to the middle. Good, let's go 3 more. 1, breathe in, breathe out as you go down, breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you go down, breathe in, and rest. Okay, alright, so we've got 1 more exercise, folks, and then we're going to take some questions and answers after that. Okay, so the easy one, thought I'd save it to last. So lying down on your back again. Now, alternative to the squat that you just did before, you can also perform this one to boost your energy levels. And it's a simple pushing through. Your feet are around hip width apart and the knees are around 90 degrees. You're going to lift up off the floor, belly button in. You're going to squeeze your glutes and you're going to hold it there. Okay? And down. Count for 2. 1. And then up again. 8, 9, 10, and relax down. Count for 2, 1, and then back up again. Keep pushing through the heels of the feet so you can see my sort of toes are lifted off the floor. If you feel like you're cramping, down in the back of the hamstrings, you rest as well. Cramping tells you that you're tired, because those muscles are totally fatigued. and it also means that you're lacking in like magnesium and electrolytes as well, so you might be dehydrated. And then go down. Up again, holding that for 10, squeezing your butt cheeks, the driver. Like I said, those nerves that go through to your glutes and through to your legs also start to stimulate your energy levels as well. So it starts to lift up, starts to stimulate your adrenaline in your body as well. Great. Couple more. Lift up. Great. One more. Lift up. Now only as high as you feel comfortable. Oh, good. We got good timing. Okay. Do we have one more? We have time for one more stretch? Yeah? Okay. Last one. Last one. Okay, so what I would like you guys to do, this is a great one if you get tight through your lower back. Okay, so hold this position here. It's a 90 degrees with the knee, 90 degrees in the pelvis, 90 degrees in the back leg. Your hand is out to the side with the leg that's forward. You put the other one on the ankle, and if I turn sideways, you can see my back stays straight as I tilt forward over my knee. Yeah, you can see that, right? So it's nice and straight. It's not buckled over like this. It's just holding this position here. Okay? Now, like I said, if you do experience any pain in your back, then this is a good one to do. Now, what we're going to do in this position here is we're going to gently push your foot into the ground. So you push your foot into the ground, contracting that butt cheek there, and then you relax, and then you go a little deeper into that stretch. Okay? Push again for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax, and then lengthen your body and tilt forward and come back up. Okay, now you're going to twist your body a little bit and go down towards your shin, straight over that knee, over the shin, holding that position. Okay, now push your foot into the ground for 5, 3, 2, 1, relax again and just lengthen through, hold that position there. Great. Okay, change sides. Same deal again. 90-degree angle in the knee, 90-degree angle in here, 90-degree angle in the back foot. You're going to go straight over the knee to start with, and you hold that position. Make sure you're looking at the back again. No buckling over, nice and straight. Holding that. Now push your foot into the ground for 5, 3, 2, 1, relax, and then go that little bit more. Keep lengthening. Push again for 5. 3, 2, 1, relax, go that little bit more. Great, now go over the shin now. So this is where it really digs into like your hip joint. So it's a really good stretch if you know that you get really, if your glutes are weak or even if they're tight, even just to be able to loosen this. So same deal again, push your foot into the ground for 5, 3, 2, 1, relax, and then lengthen and go forward. Oh, that's a really, really nice stretch. Okay, and release. Good. All right. So, like I said to you guys before, what was your energy levels like before you started? What did your energy levels like after you've done it? Now, if your energy levels have lifted, then you've done that right. Yeah, if your energy levels have dropped, what you may have done is just gone a little bit too hard in that workout, because the whole idea is to be able to leave you more energized than what you first started with. So thank you so much for being part of that. I really appreciate you being able to do that. So I think over to you now, honey.
Yeah, thank you. Those were really great exercises that you showed us. I wanted to ask you now, most people, let me just get back into the camera view. Most people will be able to do those exercises, but is there a small group of people that, you know, should abstain or that it's not suitable for?
Some of those exercises, all the exercises under supervision, you can do.
Okay.
If I was to say some of those exercises just to be careful of, is the Mackenzie push-up.
Okay.
You know, inverting yourself back the other way.
Right.
Is if you do have any lower back issues or anything like that. But I've given those exercises to people who have lower back pain because their back is very, very flat. And if their back is flat, which generally we're sitting at desks all day, they need to be a hyperextended back, and then that will start to alleviate the back pain. So any of those exercises, some of them I may not give to people that have got some lower back issues. Maybe the squats might be having a little bit of trouble with your knees, but the whole idea is to work within the range of motion that people go through without any pain. If you do experience pain, shorten the range.
As long as discomfort is okay, but pain probably.
I always say it doesn't have to hurt to work.
Okay. Great.
Nina has
I think we have some questions with
energy
us.
level from 4 to 8.
Wow, look at that.
That's great. Amazing.
So any other questions? You can unmute yourself and ask. I think Carmen was trying to ask a question.
Yep.
Any questions? Please ask. You can ask. The audio is you're unmuted. Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
When I feel dry in the middle of the night, is that something because of hydration or is it lack of other like I need to drink a lot of water in the middle of the night. What would be the real cause for that? Like breath or?
You might find that you are sleeping with your mouth open at night time.
Okay.
So if you're sleeping with your mouth open at night time, then you would get a piece to be able to keep the mouth closed at night.
Okay.
And here's my question to you: do you have any breathing through your nose issues? Do you have issues breathing through your nose?
I do wheeze sometimes. Yes, I do. I mean, I definitely have that. Yes.
Yeah. So if you're breathing through your mouth, then what I would recommend is using like a nasal spray to be able to unblock your nose, or even use a method, what I call the Buteyko method, which is,
I know that one.
you've done that one before?
Yes.
Just for those viewers at home, if you've never heard of Buteyko method, it's Buteyko method, and it was a Russian doctor who invented this method to be able to improve people's breathing function. And with one of the things that I got from my teacher is using a method to unblock my nose by breathing in, breathing out, clamping my nose, holding my nose for as long as I can. When I can't breathe in anymore, I clamp my mouth and then I breathe in through my nose. And it slowly unblocks it.
Yeah.
Now the other thing you can do is there's a piece you can do, and I use it, is I put a piece of surgical tape on my mouth, either this way, or I'll get like really daring and put 2 centimeter tape on my mouth, and I'll sleep with that at night time. Then there's no dryness in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and what you might find is that if you are getting that middle of the night, you may not be drinking enough water during the day. If you're not drinking enough water during the day, then of course you're going to be dehydrated in the middle of the night. So what I recommend is just before going to bed, is having some water before going to bed, swish it around your mouth, and then tape in your mouth.
Wow. Amazing, Cyril. There's another question.
Yes.
Afternoon slump, less energy around 3 p.m.
Oh, yes. It's very, very typical. So one of those things over the afternoon slump is 2 things. And it's natural anyway, because what we do is we get this, we're supposed to get this massive boost when we get up in the morning. It starts to rise until lunchtime, and then it starts to drop off because we're going to go to sleep at 6:30, 7 o'clock, which we used to do in the old days. So it is very natural being able to feel that slump. Now, however, there are some things that you can be doing that will accelerate that. And one of those things is having a very high carbohydrate lunch.
Okay.
So a carbohydrate dense lunch, and if you're not sure what carbohydrates are, or any vegetable, and that includes grains, as in rice, pasta, potatoes. But generally the one I'm referring to is that really dense carbohydrate, which is potatoes, rice, pasta, and things that are quite dense in carbohydrate. That will make you feel tired in the afternoon. How you can overcome that, and I've done this a number of times, is first of all, don't have the big carbohydrate meal in the at lunchtime. You know, having a salad or even less carbohydrate, because there's a really good book called The Metabolic Typing Diet by William Walcott. And his book, what his book says is like we're all different in the way of nutrition. So working out what your macros, your proteins, your fats, and your carbs that makes you feel at your optimum. So for me, if I have a carbohydrate large lunch, I feel tired in the afternoon. So what I'll do is I'll have just a salad for lunch, or maybe just a little bit of, you know, potatoes, rice, or pasta, but the majority will be vegetables and proteins, and that will eliminate my slumpiness in the afternoon. Or you can go for a quick shot espresso. That always helps.
Okay.
Very good. Actually, we are 129. I wanted to show
Sorry,
the video.
Pete wants to say. Sorry, Pete.
Now, even if your diet's, you know, relatively good, is there any supplements, you know, nutritional supplements, fish oil, vitamin C, vitamin B, anything like that that you recommend?
Oh, that's a great question. So the ones that I take religiously is omega-3 oils, magnesium. Now, magnesium is one of those things that all of us are deficient in. So that's one thing that I always recommend people to take. It helps you sleep better. It also helps muscles relax. Vitamin B also helps the absorption of magnesium as well. So vitamin B complex I would get is one. And one that I've got in my supplements is called the Good Green Stuff. And the Good Green Stuff is like a powdered form multivitamin. But you'll start to notice whether you've got enough in your body is that, you know, if your urine is really quite yellow because you're urinating out the excess vitamins, you'll know that you've already got quite a lot. I always say that, you know, the body has got a great mechanism to be able to eliminate any vitamins and minerals and nutrients that we've got too much of anyway. So you know, so don't worry too much. I would definitely recommend the omega-3 oils, the magnesium, and the vitamin B. And like I said, I use a multivitamin called Good Green Stuff as well.
Great. Any more questions?
Yes.
Do you subscribe much to this, you know, pH diet, acidity versus alkalinity in your diet? Or do you think that the body's able to, that the homeostatic mechanism's able to look after that?
Well, that's a really good question, because a lot of people have been saying, you know, we got to get our body into alkaline, but our stomach is supposed to be acidic. So to be able to digest food, we need to have that stomach being acidic to a certain level to digest food. So I think, you know, it's a balance, and for me, it's always been around a broad range of foods to be able to make me feel at my optimum. I always said to make sure, if you really want to get your body into peak physical state, is making sure that it's real food you're eating and as organic as you can possibly get, and making sure that you're getting good quality water into your body. Now, there's some water out there called Kangen water, which is alkaline water, and you know, there's so many pros and cons of whether you should be having more alkaline water or not alkaline water. I always say that, you know, you should be having water as Mother Nature created it, and that is like you know, we've got a neutral pH, and it's, you know, it's mineral water. It's not tampered with. It's not in plastic. It's, you know, it's fresh.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, lady. Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Pleasure.
I had a question regarding the water. You said to mix the Himalayan salt with
Yes.
the water. So how many cups or glasses should you drink in a day?
That's a really good question, because, you know, if someone is 100 kilos, must drink more water than someone who's 50 kilos. And so the standard was always 8 cups a day, right? But that doesn't work if you're two different size people. So what I said before is if you times your weight by 0.03, that will give you your required amount. So like I said, I'm 80 kilos. I should be drinking 2.4 liters of water a day to be able to hydrate my body. Now, if you go and exercise, you generally burn anywhere between 700 and 800 mils of water in an hour. So you've got to make sure that you're also putting that on top of the water that you're drinking.
Yeah. But if you're having, let's say, those 8 glasses of water, all of that can be the salt water?
Yes, absolutely.
It's safe, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We should be having about half a teaspoon of sea salt a day.
Okay.
Now, I know that sounds, some people are like pretty, that's pretty intense. But even if you put in 8 to 9 glasses of water with a pinch of sea salt, you probably wouldn't be getting close to that half teaspoon anyway.
Yeah.
And the reason why I asked you to put the sea salt, especially if it's distilled water, because distilled water doesn't have any minerals and nutrients in it.
Right.
So being able to add that pinch of sea salt will definitely give you, that replenished minerals in the water.
Great. I think we've learned some amazing tips, amazing exercises that Nate has shown us today that really give us energy, help us to heal, in a very beautiful, holistic way. Nate, just a couple of minutes, would you like to share a little bit about your studio?
Actually, I have got the video lined up.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I
So
show it?
Oh, great.
Yes, I already prepared it, and I need to show this before. And the contacts are also there.
Yeah.
So
we'll
just a second. Hold on a second.
This is the old one, by the way. I've just created a new one, but
I think
you'll get the idea.
Share while it's going on, you can share a little bit about. So his contacts are all there. 1 second. Let me change the. So the video is here. Just let me change to the other screen here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna play it. Huh? Why did this happen? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have to turn on window capture. Strange. I don't know why it's not going to Facebook. Wait a second. Let me double check. What am I playing? I need to play the.
So we just want to share a little bit about Nate's studio.
Yeah. Well, let me talk about it while Mahesh is getting it going. If he gets it going, it's a 3-minute video anyway. But I can sum it up in.
Okay, I got it going. Okay, so
you got it?
You can continue talking. By the way, yeah? So okay.
So I created this studio over 10 years ago, and the whole idea is to get the person healthy first, and then get the person moving second, and then of course the third part is getting them fit. So it's a 3-pronged effect, and as you can see from this, is the whole idea is to correct people's posture first.
An elite athlete trying to be the best in the world, or simply want to improve your productivity at work. The aim is still the same: to move better, be stronger.
Remember this, Carrie?
Abundance of energy, be happy.
I first pioneered boot camp in Hong Kong in 2005. I opened EPT because people would come into boot camp, yet they were not conditioned well enough to participate, and therefore ended up too sore, always tired, or worse, they hurt themselves performing exercises they had not performed for months, years, or even in some cases ever. They would then go to a medical practitioner and momentarily get fixed, but would end up hurting themselves again due to imbalances in their body.
EPT protocols start with a detailed postural assessment, which identifies the underlying musculoskeletal asymmetry.
So the new studio now is in ETAT factory building, same in Wong Chuk Kang, and so it's on the back side of the One Island South. So it's you can get through to it through the MTR, and it's only about 10 minutes from Central.
Programs like our 21-day kickstart and our 40-day transformation challenge, designed to complement our corrective exercise program. Once a client is moving properly again, it doesn't stop there. They can then safely move into our RIT programs, our indoor functional training programs, our sport-specific.
And so this is the part when people are healed and stronger to do.
Moving better, eating better, thinking better, sleeping better, and even breathing better. It's a sad fact that our children are not moving as much as their parents and grandparents did. Some children don't like playing sport because they're not as competitive as others. So as a result, they don't want to train. They don't want to join in. It can end up having a negative connotation of physical activity that ultimately carries over to later in life.
Our FitKit programs are well-rounded, supportive of all abilities and geared towards improving self-esteem in the arena of exercise. This is in contrast to competitive sport, which promotes a win-lose mentality. There are still goals to hit and targets to achieve, but these are tailored to the individual child as opposed to pitting child against child. Our programs are participative and emphasize the importance of how to use a gym safely and properly. Every 6 months we organize 5-star.
This is my favorite. You guys are going to have to come to this at some point.
Are invited to an exclusive 4-day holiday.
Is this in Bali or in
This is in Thailand. So this is a 3 villas back to back, and you know, there's lots of time to rest as well as train.
Our practitioners in the EPT program and apply that knowledge to their specific area of expertise. Each client is treated as an individual to be followed through from start to finish, creating a more balanced, stronger, and superior being. EPT, helping the local community to evolve, progress, and transform together.
So the contact number is there. Is that correct?
So the contact number is up the top there,
6186
6186-4488, or you can go to our just a normal. That's my phone number. So it's better to call 2552-9925. And I'd love you guys to click on and share any of the YouTube channel and the Facebook page as well.
Great. So thank you, Nate, for really truly showing us how movement is medicine. It truly is. And thank you for joining us today. Please like, subscribe our page as well so you can get posted on our future workshops. We have a great lineup of speakers lined up for you in the next few weeks. So stay in touch, and thank you for joining us today. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Do you have comments? Do you have any chats?
And leave us some Facebook comments. You know, we'd love to hear from you. If you tried any of those exercises, please leave us a Facebook comment. You know, the more you share, the more people know about Nate and us, and more people can benefit, right? So give us some inspiration too. We need it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Good seeing you, Marion.
Bye.
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 See you, Mark. Bye, Carmen. See you, Nina. Bye, Joyce. Bye, Mira.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you. Ta-ta.
Thanks, Joy.
Watson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where did the leave button go? I can't find the leave button. Okay, let me reduce
Up there.
this. Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
Others.
I'm glad I managed to get the video in, because I was like, how do I get it in?